The Beekeeper wasn't just a movie. It was a full-throttle reminder that sometimes, the quiet guy next door with the apiary in his backyard is the deadliest weapon around. Jason Statham as Adam Clay, the retired operative turned beekeeper on a one-man warpath? Pure gold. It grossed over $150 million worldwide on a modest budget, proving that in a world full of capes and CGI overload, there's still room for a straightforward, bone-crunching revenge tale that hits like a freight train. And now, a question that's been buzzing louder than a hive full of angry hornets. Is The Beekeeper 2 actually happening? Spoiler alert. And I mean this in the best way. Yes, it is. Confirmed back in February 2025, this sequel is not some pie-in-the-sky rumor cooked up by fan forums or AI-generated trailers floating around on shady Facebook pages. No, this is the real deal, greenlit by Miramax and already rolling cameras as we speak. Principal photography kicked off on September 26, 2025, right here on American soil and beyond, with Jason Statham not just starring but producing through his own Punch Palace Productions. That's the kind of commitment that gets my heart racing faster than a car chase in one of his transporter flicks. Amazon MGM Studios snapped up worldwide distribution rights for a cool $50 million back in May, which tells you everything you need to know about how high the stakes are. They're betting big because they know, just like we do, that audiences are starving for more of that raw, unfiltered Statham energy. Let's start with the release date, because I know that's what half of you clicked this video for. Look, Hollywood's a machine that loves to tease. But as of right now, October 11th, 2025, there's no hard lock on the calendar. Filming's underway in the fall, wrapping up sometime early next year if everything goes smooth. And with Statham involved, it usually does. The smart money's on a summer 2026 slot, maybe June or July, when the weather's hot and folks are itching for air-conditioned thrills. That lines up perfectly with Statham's track record. Remember how The Meg 2 dropped in August 2023 and chomped up the box office like a shark at a beach party? Or Wrath of Man hitting in May 2021. He's got that early summer sweet spot down pat. But don't quote me if it slips to early 2027. Post-production on these action beasts can drag if they're layering in all the practical stunts and VFX for those epic fight scenes. Either way, mark your calendars loosely, because this one's gonna swarm theaters faster than you can say, protect the hive. Now onto the cast, because if there's one thing The Beekeeper nailed, it was surrounding Statham with a killer ensemble that elevated the whole thing from good to great. Jason Statham is, of course, back as Adam Clay, that stoic ex-operative who's equal parts philosopher and punisher. At 58 years old, the guy's still built like a brick wall dipped in steel, ripped, relentless, and with that signature gravelly voice that makes every line land like a haymaker. Statham's not just phoning it in. He's producing, which means he's got skin in the game deeper than ever. Think about his career arc for a second. From Lock, Stock and Two Smoking Barrels in '98, where Guy Ritchie turned him into a breakout brawler, to the Fast and Furious franchise where he became the unflappable Deckard Shaw, Statham's the king of these everyman heroes who unleash hell when pushed. In The Beekeeper, he channeled that into something uniquely American. A quiet Midwestern type who snaps when corruption hits too close to home. For the sequel, expect him to dig even deeper into Clay's psyche, maybe flashing back to his beekeeper training days or grappling with the fallout from that explosive finale. Statham said in interviews that he loves these roles because they let him play the protector. And man, does America need more of that right now. Joining him from the original lineup, and this is huge, are several key players who survived the first film's carnage. Emmy Raver-Lampman is reprising her role as FBI agent Verona Parker, the sharp-as-attack investigator who starts off chasing Clay but ends up seeing the bigger picture of institutional rot. Raver-Lampman's a rising star. You might know her from the Umbrella Academy on Netflix, where she juggled superpowers and family drama with effortless cool. Here, she's the moral compass, the straight arrow fed who bends the rules just enough to keep up with Statham's vigilante. Her chemistry with Jason was electric in the first one. Think tense standoffs turning into reluctant alliances, and I can't wait to see how her character's arc evolves. Does she go full rogue, joining the Beekeeper ranks? Or does she become the bridge between Clay and the feds? Whatever it is, her return grounds the sequel in that gritty realism we loved. Then there's Bobby Naduri, back as Agent Matt Wiley, the by-the-book counterpart to Parker's Fire. Naduri's got that everyman charm, the kind that makes you root for the underdog even when he's knee-deep in bureaucracy. He brought a lot of heart to the role last time, balancing the high-stakes action with moments of genuine vulnerability. And don't sleep on Gemma Redgrave, returning in her pivotal supporting spot. Her icy poise added that layer of high society menace that made the villains feel untouchable until Clay got his hands on them. Redgrave comes from acting royalty. Her family's been in the game since the dawn of film. Her presence elevates the dialogue scenes, turning what could be rote exposition into Shakespearean intrigue. But the real show stealer returning? Jeremy Irons as Wallace Westwild. Oh man, if you thought the first movie's big bad was chilling, wait till Irons goes full villain mode in the sequel. In the original, he was this shadowy ex-CIA honcho with a corporate twist, all silk suits and sinister smiles. Now word is he's assembling a rogues gallery of Euro trash villains, with a personal vendetta against Clay. Think international intrigue mixed with old-school grudges. Irons at 77 is a legend. Academy Award winner for Reversal of Fortune, voice of Scar in The Lion King, that silky menace in Die Hard with a Vengeance. He's the kind of actor who can make monologuing about world domination feel like poetry. Facing off against Statham? That's a dream matchup. Bald-headed brute versus silver-tongued schemer. I can already picture the scenes. Irons in a penthouse lair, plotting with a glass of scotch, while Statham crashes through the skylight like Judgment Day. And speaking of fresh blood, the new cast additions are stacking this deck higher than a beehive in spring. First up, Pom Klementieff, sliding in from the Marvel Universe as Mantis in Guardians of the Galaxy. She's got that quirky intensity, the ability to flip from wide-eyed innocence to feral fighter in a heartbeat. Details on her role are locked tighter than Fort Knox, but given her action chops, check out her work in Mission Impossible. I'm betting she's either a rival operative or a wild-card ally who tests Clay's lone wolf code. Clementieff's French-Korean heritage brings a global flair, and in a sequel leaning into international villains, she'll fit right in. Then we've got Adam Copeland. Yeah, the pro wrestling icon formerly known as Edge in WWE and AEW. At 52, he's trading the ring for the screen full-time, and this is his big breakout beyond cameos. Copeland's got the build, the charisma, and that real-deal toughness from years of suplexes and spear tackles. Variety broke the news in late September, and fans lost their minds, wrestling nuts especially, since he's stepping away from the squared circle for this. Is he playing a beekeeper enforcer? A corrupt insider? Or maybe a fellow retiree pulled back in? Whatever it is, his physicality will shine in those fight scenes. Statham versus Copeland could be the grapples we've been waiting for since the Expendables teased wrestler crossovers. Rounding out the newcomers is Yara Shahidi, the 25-year-old phenom from Blackish and Grownish. Shahidi's a force, smart, poised, with a resume that includes directing shorts and advocating for voter rights. Her audition screams fresh perspective. Maybe she's a young hacker uncovering the Beekeeper secrets, or a journalist too deep in the story. In a franchise about corruption at the highest levels, her voice could add that millennial edge, calling out the system in ways that resonate hard with younger viewers. It's smart casting, diverse, dynamic, and it keeps the sequel from feeling like a retread. Behind the camera, things get even more intriguing. David Ayer, who helmed the first Beekeeper with that taut, Training Day vibe, isn't directing this time around. Instead, the reins go to Timo Tjahjanto, the Indonesian maestro behind The Night Comes For Us and segments in V/H/S. Tjahjanto's a stunt savant. His films are ballets of brutality, with practical effects that make every punch feel visceral. He's already posted on X about his action choreographers, Godefroy Riquet and Lohan Buzan, promising sequences that'll make your jaw drop. Think raid-level choreography, but with Statham's precision. Ayer's stepping back to produce, which means his gritty DNA is still in the mix. but Tjahjanto's fresh. I could amp up the international flavor, especially with those Euro villains lurking. As for the plot, the honeypot we all want to raid. Official details are scarce, shrouded in that classic Hollywood secrecy to avoid leaks. But piecing together the breadcrumbs, this picks up right after the first film's fireworks. Adam Clay's exacted his revenge, but he's painted a target on his back bigger than the White House. Wallace Westwild survives, barely, and now he's gunning for payback, rallying a cabal of elite baddies from across the pond. Shady oligarchs, ex-spies, maybe even a tech mogul with drones that swarm like actual bees. The Beekeeper organization itself comes under the microscope. Who are these shadow guardians really? Are they heroes cleaning up democracy's messes? Or puppets in a deeper conspiracy? Clay might have to go on the run, allying with unlikely faces like Parker or even a new recruit, while dodging feds, assassins, and his own past. Speculation runs wild here, and I love it. Could we get flashbacks to Clay's initiation, training montages with beekeeping metaphors for espionage? Or does it go full conspiracy thriller, exposing how the beekeepers pull strings in DC? One thing's for sure, it's got that timely edge, tapping into our national obsession with whistleblowers and deep state drama. Remember how the first one wove in themes of elder fraud and political sleaze? This sequel doubles down, maybe hitting on election interference or corporate espionage. Stuff that feels ripped from today's headlines. And those action set pieces. Tjahjanto's teased beer-related payoffs, so expect hives weaponized, apiary ambushes, maybe even a chase through a flower field gone wrong. Statham battling the elements too, per some reports. Storms, floods, turning nature into an ally or foe. It's got franchise potential written all over it, like the Equalizer series, where Denzel keeps coming back because the world's always got more injustice to punch. Let's zoom out for a sec on why this matters to us here in the States. Action movies like this aren't just escapism, they're therapy. In a year like 2025, with elections looming, economy wobbling, and headlines screaming scandal, we need Adam Clay. He's the guy who says, enough, to the suits screwing over the little guy. Whether it's a scam call center or a Oval Office puppet master. Statham embodies that blue-collar grit, born in Essex, but he's gone full Hollywood cowboy, starring in films that gross billions while living that low-key life with his family in LA. His partnership with Rosie Huntington-Whiteley? Goals. But back to the movie. This sequel could spawn a whole hive. Imagine Beekeeper 3 in a frozen tundra, for going underwater with Meg vibes. Statham's franchises have staying power. Transporter ran 3 films, Crank 2 wild ones, Mechanic rebooted twice. The Beekeeper's mythology, these secret agents sworn to protect the hive, aka democracy, it's ripe for expansion. Unlike John Wick's endless assassins, this feels grounded, personal, like if Jack Reacher joined the CIA Black Ops. Production-wise, it's a well-oiled machine. Miramax financing, long shot productions on board, cinematographer Callan Green, who shot Nobody 2, handling the lens for that kinetic feel. Writer Umair Aleem took over from Kurt Wimmer in May 2025, bringing fresh ink after Wimmer's original script. Aleem's got creds from Nash Bridges and Uncharted, so expect tight pacing with twists that sting. No massive reshoots rumored yet, but with filming just starting, keep an eye on set leaks. Statham and Tjahjanto were snapped together last week, grinning like they know something we don't. Budgets undisclosed, but figure 40-60 million, easy double the first's haul. If I had to guess the runtime, 105 to 110 minutes, like the original. Enough for 3 killer acts without fluff. Soundtrack. Expect that pulsating score from David Sadi again. Maybe amped with electronic hives humming under the bass drops. Marketing's already teasing. Amazon's promo art shows Clay with a smoker in hand, eyes locked on the horizon. Tagline something like, "The Hive calls back." Trailers drop early 2026. I bet, building that summer frenzy.